Ah, yes, Pitstop. I remember playing this on the Commodore 64 back in the day. This was their attempt at making a top-down racing game. Select number of laps 3, select type of race single. Ooh, we get to race. Oh, go ahead.
I tried playing Grand Prix on this Atari plug-and-play TV game controller. I really hate Grand Prix.
I don't think I ever played Grand Prix. Is it that top-down where you go around a giant I, an uppercase I?
No.
Oh.
It was actually, it was kind of odd. It was kind of, side-scroller almost?
A side-scrolling racing game. That would have been interesting. Actually, there was a Famicom game that was a side-scrolling racing game. Kind of weird.
Okay, it is 9:05 over here, and I'm still hot as hell.
That's summer for you.
Hey, I've played this game before.
Pitstop?
Yeah. Because I remember the back view there. It was also one of the games you could select on that TV plug-and-play game.
Yeah, there was a Commodore plug-and-play TV game.
Oh, it wasn't plug-and-play, it was just Atari games.
Oh.
Because, you know, like it had Pac-Man, it had Grand Prix, had a bunch of other shit.
Well, I do remember the Atari one, and there was also a Ms. Pac-Man arcade one, but... Oh, that's right, there was also a Sega Genesis one.
Yeah, I got the Sega Genesis one.
And there was also a Commodore 64 TV games. It had about 30 games, mostly by Epix. I think this was on there.
Yeah.
But it was in the shape of a joystick that I hated when I was younger.
Mine was in the shape of an analog D-pad and a number pad. It was like, I think my parents got it from like Finger Hut. It was really knockoff.
I know I have an Atari plug-and-play, and it looked somewhat similar to an Atari 2600 controller.
They had a couple of those at the VGFF.
Yeah, I think that was on top of the TV that we were playing on, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, hey. Next year, I'm going to bring my Super Nintendo and the hookups for it. Because I've got the older model Super Nintendo that the Super 8 actually fits on.
Yay!
So, yeah, I'm going to bring that up. And maybe throughout the year I could save up and maybe find me a Super 8 of my own.
That's... if you can do that, more power to you.
So the SNES 2 doesn't support the Super 8.
It does, but it wobbles a little bit. You have to be careful when inserting.
Yeah, you could probably tape something to the back of it, to the other side of it, to kind of for it to latch onto.
Give it some kind of balance.
Yeah, but it was made to fit on the original Nintendo style, and I've got that.
Yay, originals, boo, second edition things.
Oh, you want me to bring my 64?
If you want.
Okay, I think I've got a couple of working controllers.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to make sure that you are in fact bringing the Super NES, and if that's the case, I'm just going to bring my Famicom with disc. I'm going to make sure not to forget it this time.
Okay. Well, you brought the Famicom with disc this time.
Well, I didn't have the discs. I just had the unit itself.
Yeah, totally bring that, dude. That'd be fucking fun to play.
See if I can't get some more discs for it, because all I had was Mario 2, Zelda 2, Pro Wrestling, and Metroid.
I'm wondering if I should bring up my Mario Telario and my Mario Paint mouse. I don't have the big mouse pad for it though, so.
I wonder if it
Sure,
would work.
like a normal mouse pad.
I wonder if it would work with those tables, because it is one of those classic ball mouses.
Yeah, it'll work just fine.
It's a shame they didn't make a trackball controller. That would have been more interesting.
Eh. No,
Grant-
Mario to Wario is really fun. I don't know if anybody would really play it though, so I'm probably not going to bring it. That and I rarely take it out of the box. I did buy it almost brand new.
I remember playing Mario Paint a couple of times and just shutting it on and off constantly just so I can get that one crazy ass intro to go with the guy doing the sit-ups.
Yeah.
Some kind of Ooga Booga theme. It was just different, other than hearing the constant cheers and eventually. "Dur, dur, dur, dur." Yeah.
Speaking of ball mouses, I have two right under me. I don't use them, of course, but I do still have some.
You should mount it to the wall. Just as a reminder to the kids of someday that this is what we used to do our internet surfing on.
I know, right?
This is how we used to surf for porn.
What?
That's the ball.
Is someone speed typing in the background?
Nope.
Nope, that's the ball in the mouse. It moves a lot, but
Oh. Wow.
yeah, it's an old one, but it still works. Ball's a lot loose, but it still works.
Anyway, that was Pitstop for the Colecovision.
Yay.
Yay.